If you're over 60, the nuts you grab for a healthy snack might actually be a metabolic time bomb. They could be spiking your omega-6 count and actively blocking the absorption of vital minerals like magnesium and zinc. We are fixing that right now. Most of us believe any handful of nuts is good for us, but only 4 specific types deliver maximum return on investment for the aging body. Many common nuts are actively working against your longevity goals. They feed systemic inflammation, they deplete your mineral stores, and some even sabotage blood pressure regulation. We are going to reveal the 4 absolute best nuts to prioritize based on the latest clinical data. But stay focused, because the most popular nut on the avoid list is the one most likely fueling your body's chronic inflammation right now. You are probably eating it several times a week thinking it's a health food. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at managing inflammation and absorbing minerals. This means the nuts we choose must meet strict criteria. First, they need an excellent omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. When omega-6 dominates, say 21, it drives whole body inflammation, which accelerates joint pain and heart issues. Second, the best nuts must deliver high levels of usable magnesium and zinc. Third, they must contain specific amino acids proven to support cardiovascular health. Finally, they need to be low in phytic acid, which is an anti-nutrient that sponges up minerals, making them useless. If you take supplements but still feel that mineral fatigue, this phytic acid issue is likely the core problem. Let's start with the 4 nuts proven to deliver maximum benefit to the aging man. The first essential nut is the walnut. If one nut were crowned king for men over 60, it would be the walnut, specifically for cognitive health. Walnuts are the best common dietary source of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. ALA is a powerful plant-based omega-3 fat. Studies strongly link higher walnut consumption to better working memory and faster information processing speed. Think of the omega-3s in walnuts as high-grade lubricant for your brain's circuits. They ensure signals transmit efficiently and don't degrade with age. The evidence is so compelling that researchers often use walnuts as the cornerstone of longevity diets. The practical takeaway is simple. Add 7 to 10 walnut halves to your morning yogurt or oatmeal 4 days a week. Second on our eat list is the pistachio. This might surprise you, often considered just a party snack, but scientifically, pistachios are vital for blood pressure regulation and blood flow. They are loaded with potassium, which helps counteract excess sodium and eases tension on blood vessel walls. But the true cardiovascular benefit comes from L-arginine, an amino acid the body uses to create nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax, widening them and improving circulation. Better circulation means lower blood pressure and better nutrient delivery everywhere. Think of pistachios as a natural nitric oxide booster. Just make sure to opt for unsalted or lightly salted varieties to maximize the blood pressure benefits. Next, we look toward the nut that solves a specific, dangerous micronutrient problem, the Brazil nut. This nutrient is addressing widespread selenium deficiency. Selenium is a trace element critical for thyroid function and powerful antioxidant defense. Adequate selenium levels are linked to a reduced risk of certain cancers and generally improved immune response. How does this nut manage such a potent effect? Brazil nuts are selenium powerhouses, but they demand precise dosage. Because they are so potent, overdoing selenium can be toxic. The practical application here is strict. Aim for just 1, maybe 2 Brazil nuts per day. That small serving is often enough to meet your entire daily requirement. No other food delivers this essential nutrient so efficiently. Fourth on the longevity list is the pecan. When we examine common mineral gaps in the male 60-plus diet, zinc is always near the top. Pecans are an excellent, usable source of zinc, which is foundational for immune function and essential for prostate health. But pecans offer something else invaluable: a high concentration of gamma-tocopherol, a specific form of vitamin E. This form of vitamin E powerfully defends against the kind of oxidation that attacks LDL cholesterol. It essentially helps keep your blood vessels clear and elastic. Pecans also maintain a great fat profile and are low in net carbs, making them an ideal, satisfying addition to any anti-inflammatory diet. If you're preparing a salad, swap out those inflammatory croutons for a handful of chopped pecans. So, we have identified the essential four: walnuts for cognition, pistachios for blood flow, Brazil nuts for selenium defense, and pecans for zinc and immune support. Now that we know what to fuel with, let's identify the four nuts you need to actively eliminate due to inflammatory risk and mineral depletion. This is the crucial part where most healthy eaters make serious yet common errors. If you find this evidence-based breakdown helpful in making simple, practical changes to your routine, please click the like button right now. We focus on cutting through the confusion to bring you tested, actionable strategies for men who want to age powerfully. Let's start with the one most likely sabotaging your effort to reduce inflammation. Nut to avoid, number 1, the peanut. I know, the peanut is cheap, accessible, and beloved. But it's not a true nut, it's a legume, and it carries two major drawbacks for the aging body. First, and most critically, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is disastrously high, often exceeding 20-to-1. Remember, we need to be closer to 4-to-1. This massive overload of omega-6 fatty acids directly feeds systemic inflammation, undoing all the anti-inflammatory work the walnuts are trying to accomplish. Second, peanuts are highly susceptible to contamination by a mold called aflatoxin, which is a potent carcinogen. If you're serious about managing inflammation and reducing your long-term cancer risk, swap out that daily peanut butter snack. You can switch to pecan butter or a low phytic acid almond butter, but be careful with standard almonds, which brings us to the next problem nut. Next, we address the seemingly healthy staple that is actually blocking your absorption efforts. Nut to avoid, number 2, the almond. Almonds are massively popular, and they are excellent sources of vitamin E and fiber. So why are they on the avoid list for older men? Phytic acid. Almonds are extremely high in phytic acid, which acts like a mineral sponge. When you eat almonds, the phytic acid binds tightly to magnesium, iron, and zinc in your digestive tract. This binding makes those minerals completely unavailable to your body. Since older men already struggle with mineral absorption, eating large quantities of almonds simply accelerates deficiency. Are you taking an expensive magnesium supplement only to eat handfuls of almonds later, essentially canceling out the benefit? This is a common pattern. You can reduce phytic acid by soaking and sprouting the nuts, but that takes time. For pure, practical, mineral-rich snacking, swap your daily almond intake for pistachios. It's a lower effort, higher reward move. Before we get to the final two avoid nuts, we need to address the high-carb nut that's causing unnecessary blood sugar spikes and offering very little in return. That is, nut to avoid number 3, the cashew. Cashews are delicious, but they are botanically closer to the tropical fruit they grow on than to true tree nuts. Their macronutrient profile reflects this. Cashews are significantly higher in starch and carbohydrates than walnuts or pecans. For men managing weight or focusing on blood sugar control, cashews represent empty calories and unnecessary sugar spikes. They also offer a poor nutrient density compared to the options we recommend. If you grab cashews because they satisfy a craving for something slightly soft or sweet, transition to a handful of raw pecans instead. They offer the same satisfying texture with vastly superior longevity benefits. Finally, we address a nut often considered premium, but which carries a significant hidden metabolic risk. Nut to avoid number 4, the macadamia nut. From a theoretical health standpoint, macadamia nuts have one of the best omega-3 to omega-6 ratios available, close to that perfect 1-to-1 ratio. They are excellent in that regard. However, the problem with macadamias is pure calorie density. They are the most calorically dense nut available. A small, seemingly harmless handful can easily contain 250 to 300 calories. If you are a man over 60, you are likely focusing on calorie control to maintain a healthy weight and metabolic rate. Macadamia nuts are so satisfying and easy to overconsume that they become a rapid weight gain risk. While they aren't inflammatory, they are a practical risk factor for metabolic balance. When you need a highly satiating, high-fat snack, stick to the nuts that also offer high micronutrient returns, like the pecans, which are less likely to caloric overload. This targeted approach is one of the easiest yet most impactful nutritional decisions you can make this week. We have swapped out the inflammatory peanut and the mineral-blocking almond for the cognitive support of the walnut and the blood flow benefits of the pistachio. Now, let's address common objections regarding digestive health. Nuts are hard to break down, which often leads to bloating or discomfort, particularly as digestive enzyme production slows with age. If raw nuts cause digestive issues, focus on ground nuts. Adding ground walnuts or pecan meal to a smoothie or using nut flours in baking allows you to reap the nutritional benefits without taxing your digestive system as heavily. Similarly, if you absolutely love one of the nuts on the avoid list, like almonds, you must commit to the preparation. Soaking raw almonds overnight, followed by thorough rinsing and dehydrating, significantly reduces the phytic acid content. This makes them much safer to consume. But remember, that requires effort. Often, simple substitution to pistachios or pecans is the best lowest effort path. Finally, remember the precise dosage required for the Brazil nut. Its power is in its potency. Never treat it like a snacking nut. Stick to that single nut serving per day to ensure you get the immense selenium benefits without risking toxicity. For all the other eat nuts, a daily handful, about 1.5 ounces, is the sweet spot for maximizing longevity benefits without exceeding caloric goals. By making these 4 simple swaps, avoiding peanuts, almonds, cashews, and macadamias in favor of walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and pecans, you are actively optimizing your body's anti-inflammatory defenses and maximizing its ability to absorb the minerals it desperately needs. This is not about dieting, it is about controlling your internal environment for a longer, more vital life. If this deep dive into the science of nut consumption helped you make one practical, evidence-based change to your diet today, hit the like button right now. Your support directly helps us continue delivering detailed, actionable guidance for men committed to aging powerfully. If you want more strategies that cut through the noise and provide clear, tested steps for improving strength, metabolism, and longevity, then subscribe to the Man in Motion channel and hit the notification bell. Commit today to making that simple switch for a stronger tomorrow.